future bureaucrats of India, welcome to LearnStroke. I guess by now you have a great quantum of information regarding the UPSC Civil Services examination. So I think it's time for me to answer one important question that you all might be having in your mind. That is, how to choose your optional subject for the mains examination. As you all know, UPSC mains examination has one optional paper, that is paper 1 and paper 2 from one subject that you can individually choose out of your interest. Unlike the GS papers, which are common and mandatory for everyone, you have an edge over the optional subject. If you can score well in your optional subject, it definitely means that you have a greater probability of seeing your names in the mains qualifying list. What is so special about the optional paper? What distinguishes it from other papers is that when you take the GS papers, the GS 1, 2, 3 and 4, one common trend is that if it is easy, it's easy for everyone. If it is difficult, then it's difficult for everyone. So almost all the aspirants are on a more or less same scale. But if you choose the right optional and if you have the right strategy for preparing that, it means that you have a greater chance of qualifying this exam. So before moving into the prescribed optional papers, let's have a quick discussion on what is the criteria of choosing the optional papers. As I said earlier, you have one optional paper, paper 1 and 2 of the same subject, and 250 into 2, it will account for 500 marks. So of the main subject, 500 marks are at your core advantage. So what are the criteria? The primary and the most important criteria is definitely your interest in the subject. As you all know, the UPSC preparation is a long journey. So unless and until you have an interest and a passion in one particular subject that you choose as an optional, it's very likely that in due course you get bored or you lose your interest, which will definitely affect your preparation. So make sure that you have an interest in the optional subject that you choose. And one thing that you need to be cautious is that just because one of the seniors or toppers who cleared the exam says that optional was easy for me, that is definitely scoring, that isn't a criteria. It might be a guiding light, but definitely your interest is of core importance. Another doubt among the aspirants is that is it necessary to choose your degree subject as your optional? Definitely the answer is a big no. Just because you qualified your degree with rank or you had a great score in your degree exam, it is not necessary that you can perform that subject in the same manner for the UPSC. Because the civil services is altogether a different game. The question has its own nature. So one thing that you need to understand is that make sure that you go through the previous question papers before finalizing that you are going ahead with your degree subject as your optional subject. Another and the most important criteria for choosing the optional is that you should make sure that you have a proper mentor support. It can be your senior, some teacher who can guide you through answer writing. UPSC mains is all about answer writing. No matter how knowledgeable you are, unless and until your answer writing skills are polished and refined, it's certain that you are not going to clear the exam. So even when it comes to optional, make sure that you have someone to consult, someone who could evaluate your answers, rectify your mistakes and guide you the right way in giving the most apt answer for the questions. The availability of study materials is yet another important criteria. No matter how you are interested in the subject, no matter you have a person to guide you the right way, availability of study materials is of utmost importance. So make sure that the optional that you choose have plenty of study materials for your reference. Now talking about the UPSC notification regarding the optional papers. The UPSC has prescribed a total of 26 optional papers for you to choose from. These includes 25 subjects plus the 26th one is the literature of various languages. So now let's check which are the most popular optionals among the aspirants. You all might have heard there are some popular optionals like geography, public administration, sociology and anthropology. Many of the toppers who have cleared the UPSC exam find these optionals extremely scoring and easy to prepare. But just a reminder, just because it was easy and scoring for them, it doesn't mean that it will be the same for you too. If you are from an arts background, you have your own advantage because you have subjects like economics, history and psychology, which are art subjects for the optionals. And if you are from the science background also, you have optional papers like physics, chemistry and mathematics. And if you are an engineering graduate, don't worry, you have optionals like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, etc. What if you are a doctor? Don't worry, medical science is there anyway. In addition to all these optionals, as I said earlier, the literature of certain languages are also there in the optional paper. These includes Hindi, Marathi, Bengali, Odia, Tamil, Malayalam, etc. In addition to the optional papers that I have already mentioned, you have additional optional papers like political science and international relations, psychology, botany, civil engineering, animal husbandry and veterinary science, agriculture, commerce and accountancy, geology, law, management, psychology, statistics, zoology. And from the literature papers of various languages, you will have options like Assami, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Punjabi, Santali, Sindhi, Telugu, Urdu, and even English literature. So I think by now you will have a good clarity regarding the choice of the optional subjects. Keep in mind that the choice of your optional subjects is extremely crucial in determining your rank in the UPSC merit list. So think twice before you act once. Don't think that you can choose an optional once, try your luck and change the optional next time. Many have succeeded that way, but the thing that you need to keep in mind is that time is very important. Every time you try your luck in a new optional, you are running short of time and others are scoring far ahead of you. So with this, we conclude the video on the choice of optional subjects.